The question posed today is, my friends completely dismiss the idea of reincarnation. Is this concept of rebirth a fact, or is it just a myth? Well, let me tell you the story of Shanti Devi, whose official biography, I Have Lived Before, was written by the Swedish journalist Sture Storm. Shanti Devi was born in 1926 in Delhi. As a 4-year-old, she began telling her parents that she was actually Lugdi Devi. Her husband was Kedar Pandey and they were from Mathura. Her parents dismissed her statements as childish blabber. But when she went to school and kept on saying that to her teachers, her headmaster decided to investigate. He went to Mathura and discovered there was actually one Kedar Pandey whose wife had died a few days after childbirth. This astonished the school teacher, and arrangement was made for Kedar Pandey to come and visit Shanti Devi. When he arrived, he pretended to be Kedar's brother, but she recognized him immediately as her previous husband and started relating things from the past life which made Kedar Pandey believe that she was his ex-wife. This news caught the attention of great national leaders in India at that time, including Mahatma Gandhi. He formed a 15-member commission to inquire into the matter. And Shanti Devi insisted she would like to visit her old home, but Kedar Pandey was refusing. Finally, she told her parents, I had left money in one place, I will go and get it. Now, accompanied by a team of 15 parliamentarians, she reached by a train from Delhi to Mathura. There, she got on to a horse chariot. The driver was asked to take directions from her. She guided the chariot all the way, expressing her surprise at the new buildings that had come up in the last few years. And she immediately recognized her house. There, she rushed up to the place where she had kept some precious belongings and discovered that it was empty. Kedar Pandey admitted that he had taken them out from there. Shanti Devi, who was Lugdi Devi in her past life and had passed away 10 days after giving birth to a child, was disappointed to see that her previous husband Kedar Pandey had not kept the promises he had given on her deathbed. Nevertheless, from there she went to her previous parents' home, who cried upon meeting her and were simultaneously overjoyed. Having proved beyond doubt to the team that she was Lugdi Devi, who had died 14 months prior to Shanti Devi's birth, Shanti then returned to Delhi, never to go back to her old home again. She stayed single all her life and lived till the age of 61. Now let's understand the philosophy behind reincarnation. The soul is immortal. We all have existed since eternity and will exist till eternity. Na sato vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate satah. Arjun, Sri Krishna says, of the soul there is neither birth nor death. What we call death is merely the soul rejecting a body that is no longer inhabitable. And what we call birth is the soul entering into another life in this world. So, Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita has explained the logic of reincarnation so perfectly. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuhyati. He states, Arjun, you have changed so many bodies in this lifetime itself. You first had the body of a newborn infant, then a little child, then a youth, then an adult, and then will have the body of an old person. So, like you are changing bodies in this life, at the time of death, you will shed the old frame and get a new one. Just as every morning we change clothes, likewise, at death, the soul changes bodies. This concept of reincarnation is there in our scriptures and the Puranas as well. Mother Parvati was Sati in her previous incarnation, and when her husband Shiv was insulted by her father Daksh, she immolated herself and was born again as the daughter of Himavan. Likewise, take a look at Vidur from Mahabharata. The story is related in detail in the Bhagavad Puran and also in the Padma Puran with a slight difference. There was a sage called Mandavya Rishi who was sitting in meditation. Some thieves were being chased by the king's army. They ran with the loot, placed it in the hut of Mandavya Muni, and disappeared. The king's soldiers came and saw the loot there, and they grabbed Mandavya Muni and brought him to the king, saying he is the thief. The king did not do any further inquiry. He asked Mandavya Muni to be punished, and a snake was released upon him. The snake bit him and hurt him badly, but Mandavya Muni did not die. The whole episode made him extremely annoyed, and he invoked the presence of the god of death and justice, Yamaraj. When Yamaraj appeared, Mandavya Muni questioned, I did not do any crime. I was just sitting in meditation. Why was I punished in this way? Yamaraj said, you are very right. But when you were a little child, just for fun, you would take insects and torture them. Sometimes you would take a spider and prick it with a stick. Likewise, you would injure the insects. Now, everything that we do will bear consequences. Karma pradhana vishwa kari rakha jo jas karai so tas phalu chakha. So you have got the karmic reactions of those deeds. Nevertheless, Mandavya Muni cursed Yamaraj, saying that for the punishment that you gave to me, you will now take birth on the earth planet as a Dasi Putra. And as a consequence of the curse, Vidur was born in the house of Vichitravirya and Ambalika as the son of their Dasi. That Vidur was full of sagacity and gave such wonderful advice all through his life. Again, a tremendous case of rebirth. The Vedanta Darshan gives a powerful proof of the concept of rebirth. It states very briefly, Stanya Bhilashat. Ved Vyas writes, take a look at the infant baby child. It neither understands any words nor any explanations that the mother can give. How can the mother teach the child what it's supposed to do when she puts her breast in its mouth? Nevertheless, the sanskars of the child from so many lifetimes of drinking mother's milk, they intervene, and the moment the breast comes in the infant's mouth, it starts suckling. So this concept of rebirth, we have understood it through real life examples, the Puranas, and logic. Factually, this concept, when we believe, it will enrich the quality of our life in many ways. Let me read a little bit to you about reincarnation from my latest book, Questions You Always Wanted to Ask. The concept of reincarnation is not unique to Vedic scriptures. It is accepted in most Eastern philosophies. It is an inherent part of Hinduism, Jainism, and Sikhism. In Buddhism, we see that Lord Buddha made frequent references to his past lives. In ancient classical Western religious and philosophic circles, famous thinkers such as Pythagoras, Plato, and Socrates accepted reincarnation to be true, and their views were also reflected in Orphism, Hermeticism, Neoplatonism, Manichaeism, and Gnosticism. Within the mainstream Abrahamic faiths as well, many mystics of the three major religions supported reincarnation. Josephus, the great ancient Jewish historian, used language in his writings that ascribed belief in some form of reincarnation amongst the Pharisees and the Essenes of his day. The Jewish Kabbalah prescribes to the idea of reincarnation as Gilgul Neshamot, or the rolling of the soul. Many of the early Christians believed in the concept of reincarnation. The Bible states that John the Baptist was Elijah the prophet come back. Solomon's Book of Wisdom says, to be born in sound body with sound limbs is a reward of the virtues of the past lives. The great Sufi mystic Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi declared, I died out of the stone and became a plant. I died out of the plant and became an animal. I died out of the animal and became a man. I shall die out of man and become an angel. We have thus substantiated the phenomenon of reincarnation in so many ways. When we can accept this, we will be able to break out of the victim mentality, where we don't blame others and instead take responsibility for where we are as a consequence of our own deeds in endless past lifetimes. And this will open up for us the potential to improve our actions in the present and claim a luminous future for ourselves.
Daily Sadhana is a unique coaching platform envisioned by Swami Mukundananda for people of all backgrounds to make systematic spiritual progress at your own pace and in the comfort of your own home. In daily sadhana, Swami Mukundananda will be your personal spiritual coach and will help you learn and practice spirituality every day in a structured and engaging manner.
If we could transform ourselves just 1% every day, after a few months, we would have changed ourselves 100%.
Daily Sadhana offers beautifully designed online courses where the timeless Vedic philosophy is systematically organized into daily lessons. Each daily lesson contains an exclusive video lecture, review slides to revise the key takeaways, special meditation sessions, and quizzes and exercises. Visit mydailysadhana.org to learn more and start your spiritual practice today.